$46 million in cap space. I didn't expect the Niners to have this. It seemed like they got rid of all these players because they were anticipating not having cap space. They tried to get back Dre Greenlaw, but they couldn't quite swing it. Now you have all this money. I mean, Brock Purdy's contract is backloaded for some reason. He's cheap now. Trent Williams is still on the team, hasn't retired. Do you think that this is an opportunity for them to like actually go for it and win the Super Bowl this year? Or do you think they're being smart, just playing it cautious and not making any big moves?
Playing it cautious. If you got money, spend it, man. Like, what are we doing here? Like, Jalen Ramsey's sitting out there, and you have some question marks at corner to me, outside of Yamada Lenore and Renardo Green. And Renardo Green's a second-year player. Who knows what he's going to look like? You can't really judge a player off their rookie season and just like that's who that guy is. There's sophomore slumps. But beyond that, like, who's your third corner on this team? So, I mean, you go get Jalen Ramsey, and you have Jalen Ramsey, Diamond Lenore, and Renardo Green. That's an amazing corner room. They need to do that, in my opinion.
Yeah, it seems to me like a team that expects to be in the mix for a Super Bowl is not done with their roster right now. And we've seen the Niners make moves late into the offseason before. I mean, it just doesn't feel like you can't say that you really sincerely expect to be in the mix for a Super Bowl when you have this much cap space you're not using. The two teams with the most cap space this year are the Patriots and the 49ers. The Patriots are definitely not in the mix. I mean, if they were to be in the mix, they'd be a year ahead of schedule and they'd figure it out the year after in terms of spending. But the Niners, I just don't understand. If this is how you want to approach it and play for the future, why are there so many old players on this team? You could trade them, get more assets, and be even better set up for the future if that's what you wanted to do. Kind of reminds me of the Warriors with their two timeline. This is a two timeline situation, Ryan.
I've been saying this for a long time about the Niners. It's like they're wishy-washy. They're not convicted. They have no conviction. I'll use that instead of the convict. They have no conviction of what direction they're going. It's kind of like it's a balancing act.
Prize Picks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 for playing. Use promo code COHN, COHN, and download the app now.
The only thing what they're doing to me, the only reason it makes sense is if it's just business for them. If it's just business, you got your big star players that'll sell tickets and sell jerseys. But if you're trying to win a Super Bowl, you have a ton of money. Do what you did with your soccer team and invest and pull in as many great players as you can. That'll make this roster better.
Yeah, and I think what's a bad look about this is over the next few months, 49ers enterprises will be spending lots of money on transfer fees to bring in players to Leeds United. Players who aren't on Leeds United, they're going to be coming to Leeds United so that they can have the best chance possible to not get relegated again in a year. And I think it's going to be a bad look when the Niners have all this cap space that they're going to roll over to 2026 when they're sparing no expense in Leeds, where no Niner fan could even pick out Leeds in a map. If I said, show me on a map where the city of Leeds is, Niner fans would be like, nope, can't do that. Plus, there's another team, Rangers FC in Scotland, the Niners own. They're going to probably be bringing in players for that one too. So I think to me, it looks like they spent just enough on their football team this offseason to cover their rear ends for criticism.
I didn't even know Leeds was a city. So that's how, that's how far away I am from it.
Yep.
Yeah. It just doesn't just do it, man. Like, I feel like Jalen Ramsey, let me ask you this. What would help a young defensive line more than adding a Jalen Ramsey to this defensive back unit? There's not much that's going to help a young defensive line in an amazing cornerback room. So if you add Jalen Ramsey to the mix with Diamador Lenore and Renardo Green, I think you got a stacked corner room, and that's going to help these young defensive linemen get off and buy them time. I think that is like a no-brainer move that they should be making right now.
Remember what Richard Sherman did for this defense? He was coming off an Achilles tear. He was 30. Jalen Ramsey's the same age. He didn't tear his Achilles. I mean, he played 17 games last year. He had a much higher PFF grade than any other member of the 49ers secondary. So is he the player he used to be? No. But he'd still be the best player in the Niners secondary, probably. Him or Diamador Lenore. He'd make the team better. He'd be a leader. He- but he's expensive. And I think that's even better. Like, that means there's really not as much of a market for him. You have to take on $21 million in guaranteed money for this year. Maybe the Rams can't do that. Maybe the Chargers can't do that. That's an opportunity for you because you created all this cap space and you're so rich. You know, you got all this money, spend it. You could be the hero here, Jed. You do that. Now you're Eddie DeBartolo. That's what Eddie would do. What would Buster Posey do?
Can we real quick? Ian is just in the chat is just being ridiculous, using words he should not be using in the chat.
Ian's out. Ian's out.
I just like, this is the year the 49ers are going to the they're hosting the Super Bowl. Like, Brock Purdy is cheap this year. I just don't understand it. And maybe it's something they do. Maybe they're waiting to see what happens in training camp. Maybe they have plans. But right now, it is a little frustrating having all this salary cap go to waste.
Yeah. We got to talk directly to Jed about this one. Jed, how many times have we heard you talk about the only difference between you and your Uncle Eddie is that Eddie didn't have a salary cap? How many times has he said that? Right. He says it every time he's in front of the media. Hey, man, well, only reason we got these tough situations is because Eddie spent so much that now there's a salary cap. They put in a salary cap because of Eddie. And that's why Eddie is this legend, because he could spend so much. All right, man, well, you got $46 million in cap space. You think Eddie DeBartolo wouldn't spend that money? I know he would.
That's a great point. It's a great point. I'm limited because I have a salary cap, so that's why I can't do what my Uncle Eddie did. But now you're $46 million underneath, and you're not even using it. It's a hell of a point there, Grant.
Thank you. Yeah. And the thing about this to me is, like, I feel for Kyle and John because it doesn't feel like they came out this offseason and were like, look, this is our vision for the future of our team, getting younger and cheaper. It seems like what John said is like, hey, we got the bad news. I had to tell Kyle. He didn't take it so well. We're doing the best we can. It's not ideal. But we're not going to badmouth our employers because they're our employers and they have been, generous in the past. And hopefully this is just a one-off year, but it really sucks. And I feel for them on that because it does really suck. And it's really the wrong year to do this for all the reasons we just stated.
Yeah, man. I mean, if I'm the owner of the 49ers, I'm going all in as much as I can every year, as long as it's not hurting me for the future. And having the second most salary cap in the NFL and not using it when you're hosting a Super Bowl, Brock Purdy's cheap. You have a good team. Like, this team is really, it's better than I thought they were going to be coming into the season. They could just make one or two more moves to go all in and push it all the way. And I just don't understand why they haven't yet. Now maybe it's something that they get done over the next couple of months.
Dave Barclay says, it's my birthday editing Jeep trip from yesterday. Happy birthday, Dave Barclay.
Happy birthday, dude.
Happy birthday, dude. Official BNA Music 88 says, backflipping by Casey Veggies, YG, and I Am Sue. I feel stupid that I didn't know this reference. I need my chicken before I even think about walking through. I did know it was walk, though, and I had a feeling it was chicken and not cock. I had a feeling. Cock-a-doodle rooster. Sorry. That was the word. I was like going back and forth on that one. It's a bop on Hood. I feel like I Am Sue was more like better like 10, 15 years ago. But I like him still.
I'm lost on these young rappers.
Oh, he's from Vallejo.
Who?
You didn't know that? I Am Sue? He was like with the HBK gang. You don't know about the HBK gang?
I know the whole crew. I don't know them individually.
Oh, he's one of them. Yeah. Okay. Corey Coleman says, as a Seahawks fan, what is Ryan's thoughts on the week 1 matchup? We did that. Niners are the 2015 Seahawks, an aging superstar roster. They got 2 hurt and finally paying your diamond in the rough quarterback. That's interesting from a Seahawks fan.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I know it's going to be a good matchup. I don't think it's going to be a blowout either way. So I do respect the Seahawks defense. I'm not scared of your offense yet. You're going to have to show me that they're worthy of worrying about.
Watch the Niners go into Seattle, stomp them, and then the following week lose in New Orleans. That would be what the Niners would do.
Yeah.
That's the Niners style.
It's a very
point, and then totally take your foot off the gas week 2.
I love like coming into a season like this and just with so many questions, like with all these rookies, like what is it going to look like? The whole special teams is different, like outside of Jake Moody. But I just love coming into a season where I can't predict.
I know exactly what's going to happen week 1. The Niners are going to win by 20. Kyle Juszczyk's going to score 2 touchdowns after the game. He's going to taunt all the people who questioned the 49ers and said, we look like we're back to 49ers football. The following week, they're going to lose to Tyler Shough in New Orleans. People are going to freak out. That's how the Niners whirl, dude. I understand. That's what they did last year. Smoked the Jets. Everyone was like, oh, they didn't even need Christian McCaffrey. This team's incredible. Smacked by the Vikings. Smacked by the Rams.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. They could also be just ridiculously good.
I think they might be. I just changed my mind instantly. They're going to be great. Justin says, wish we went for Javon Holland and Jair Alexander.
Jalen's still out there, man.
I don't understand why they let all those players leave if they had all this contract. Like, you could have kept Greenlaw. You wanted to. You went to his house. You begged him to stay, man. You know what you could have done? Offer him more money. Or
is there an advantage to rolling this over?
Yeah, for 2026.
So explain to me how it works. I'm not a big salary cap.
It gives them more cap space next year, which is great for next year. Love that for next year. What about 2025 though? Yeah. I mean, because in 2026, you'll have the cap space, but you'll also have an older Trent Williams, an older Christian McCaffrey, an older George Kittle. I mean, you don't know what you're going to get from them.
You're not hosting the Super Bowl.
No. And your schedule is going to be tougher because you're going to be good this year, right?
Makes sense, man.
I'm just saying. Dave Barkley says, you better watch Jeep Trip, Grant. It was incredible. Have you seen it yet? It's not out yet. He's editing it. All right. I will watch it for you.